Now's a great time to take a closer look at our energy mix. Because New Zealanders have a right to know that unlocking the enormous value of our natural oil and gas resources fits with our shared commitment to a clean, green, prosperous New Zealand. Our global appetite for energy is enormous. We consume large amounts of energy, living our enviable Kiwi lifestyle. Each New Zealander consumes over 15 barrels, or around 2,500 litres of oil and gas energy every year. Altogether, that's 12 cake tins worth. And that's mostly for transport. We use almost that much energy again in the form of electricity. Together, that's the sheer amount of energy it takes to do our Kiwi thing, to power and heat our homes and workplaces, and to transport us and our goods around the country and out into the world. What's more, the byproducts of oil itself make so many things we take for granted, like plastics, medicines, and home appliances. Globally, we use a massive 35 billion barrels of oil energy a year, and right now, over 50% of our global energy needs comes from oil and gas. With developing regions like Asia and Africa facing huge population growth and improved living standards for millions of people, the clamour for accessible and affordable energy is rising to new heights. How we source our energy is slowly changing. Governments and organisations around the world are addressing the climate change issue, with investments in low-carbon renewable energy solutions, emissions trading schemes and targets, and unprecedented commitments to energy efficiency. Renewable energy is coming online, slowly reducing our dependence on fossil fuel energy and diversifying our energy options. But while in New Zealand we are blessed with ample hydro, geothermal and wind energy for electricity generation, we remain hugely dependent on oil and gas energy for personal and commercial transport and power needs. Even accounting for all the global initiatives to increase renewables in the mix, oil and gas are still estimated to make up around 50% of the world's energy supply by 2035. Globally, the transition to renewables is decades away. In the meantime, our economies need to remain safe, stable, and energetic. And that requires a constant, reliable flow of oil and gas energy. In New Zealand, we have the opportunity to unlock the enormous value of our natural resources. Not all oil is the same, and the high-quality light oil condensates that predominate in New Zealand conditions fetch premium prices on the world market. Plus, our abundant natural gas resources are an exciting transition fuel, emitting 50% less CO2 than coal, offering Kiwis a secure, carbon-sensitive alternative to power and heat their homes and businesses. Our largest field, Maui, was discovered in 1969. Right now, there are 20 on- and offshore fields producing oil and gas, all based in the Taranaki region. Taranaki is just one of 17 basins in the New Zealand Economic Zone, and other basins have been explored recently, with particular interest in the Canterbury, Great South, Reinga and East Coast basins. Opening just one of these additional basins could potentially double the worth of the industry to New Zealanders. When a whopping 42% of profit from any new producing well is returned to New Zealanders, oil and gas can add some real muscle to deal with the challenges of being a small country. Our small towns and regions with low population and growth rates need investment, business activity and jobs. Our industry can make a big difference. While oil and gas generates around 11,000 jobs nationally, the value and location of those jobs has a major regional impact. Oil and gas workers, earning twice the national average salary, are New Zealand's most productive, creating 7 times the average value of a Kiwi working hour. These are high-value jobs that make us worth more as Kiwis in the towns that need it most. Direct investment from overseas oil and gas investors also makes a massive difference, injecting hundreds of millions of dollars into regional economies through large-scale construction and maintenance projects, helping create busy towns full of vital businesses and incomes that flow through to healthy, vibrant community activity. Substantial royalty income and company tax regularly pours over $500 million a year towards vital government services Kiwis rely on, like hospitals, schools, teachers, and the health and social services. As a major export earner, oil and gas is helping to build a more diverse economy. New Zealanders have made it loud and clear that clean and green are immutable Kiwi values. Values we share, not just philosophically, but commercially. It can take 10 years from the discovery of a field until the oil and gas flows. That time is filled earning the right to drill, fulfilling extensive legislative requirements, implementing sophisticated on-the-ground operations, embedding rigorous health and safety systems, and engaging with communities to ensure our activity fits with the Kiwi way of life. We are governed by no less than 5 national agencies, 4 major pieces of legislation, and monitored by local government in 16 regions. It's a legislative environment that demands the highest standards from us. That's why our record in New Zealand over 50 years is solid. We are safer, experiencing fewer and less serious accidents than many other mainstream primary industries, such as forestry or agriculture. On the ground, sizable oil and gas activities require an exhaustive government-ratified safety case to acutely identify what we're doing, how we're doing it, and in order to avoid accidents before they happen, plan for any and all eventualities. Additionally, our operational and health and safety culture is internationally regarded, stringent and uncompromising, ensuring our workers and the environments they work in are safe. Worker activity is controlled by permit-to-work systems that surround our workers with an intensive work management system, ensuring the integrity of the entire operation and protecting our workers. Discovering and producing oil and gas is a process full of incredible science, cutting-edge technology, and operational expertise. We want to be realistic and open about employing techniques like on- and offshore drilling, seismic testing, and fracking. Knowing that if they are widely understood and done properly within the restrictions and controls that meet New Zealand standards, these processes can be employed safely and responsibly. We need huge amounts of energy to live our daily lives. As we transition our economy in the coming decades, oil and gas energy will remain a vital part of our energy mix. New Zealand's valuable resources can be unlocked to benefit Kiwis in ways that respect and protect our environment. Now's a great time to take a closer look at New Zealand's energy mix.